All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Chase race number 3 of 10 at the Kansas Speedway for the Kansas 400 here tonight. And this is going to be a 400-mile, 267-lap cup race as we try to get Casey Kane his first ever NASCAR Cup Series championship. And as for tonight's race, we will be starting in the 12th place position following practice and qualifying. I think I could have had a shot to go for the pole today, but unfortunately did not have a great qualifying lap. Specifically, it was off of turn 4. I had to lift a little bit on the exit of the first lap, and then that killed my straightaway speed through the tri-oval on lap number 2. And considering I still qualified 12th, which I was actually shocked I was that high up in the running order because I was 34th on lap 1. I thought I might have been able to pick up a little bit on lap 2, but yeah, I ended up picking up quite a bit. So I'm happy with that, all things considered. The Rocket Man Ryan Newman is on the pole. Go figure, he's in the 12 at Penske. He did that a lot in his day, in his tenure there. So we'll see who is going to win tonight's race. We're going to get into this one. It's going to be a little bit of a later night. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Michael Turner, Wade Bam Hall, Billy Kramer. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I still don't know that I have the setup completely where I want it to be, so we're probably going to be making some adjustments as we get into the beginning of this race. Trying to get things sorted out here. First, I was mid-sentence talking and made contact with Robbie Gordon. Just trying to focus a little bit more. I didn't lose my train of thought completely, though, so we're good. Jackson Thomas, thanks for tuning in as well. Yeah, I was afraid of that. I didn't run behind anybody in practice, and I was dealing with a very tight race car. I don't like the fact that it's pushing even tighter now that I am in traffic for the first time, because I've done a lot to try to free it up a bit. I might just have to back the corner up way more than I'm thinking I have to. So we sneak underneath the J.J. Yaley. This pass is going to get us up into the top 10. There we go. I think I have to apply a little bit more brake on entry on both ends of the racetrack to try to help keep the car pinned to the bottom a little bit longer. Go down to the apron, try to side draft Kenseth a little. Oh boy. Threw the car off in there. I'm surprised I didn't make contact with him. Two laps in a row, I've gotten a little bit free on entry into turn 1 just because I had that tight, awkward cornering in, being underneath another car, kind of getting crowded a bit. Got to straighten this baby up. Cookie Monster's going to be the Grand Marshal. I saw that earlier today. Brickyard 400. Oh boy. Curious to see what that looks like. Fastest lap of the race that last time going to the apron, but I couldn't slip underneath the Dale Jarrett. Newman has led the first 6 laps from that top starting spot. Jarrett's still kind of protecting the bottom right now. He left a little bit of it open, but I didn't feel confident trying to slide underneath him. There we go. Now we've got a hole. Got to stay there, though, into turn 3. Oh, yeah, we got him. Oh, I spoke too soon. Got back into the gas a little too early. I got so excited I was going to pass him for 4th. Took me a couple laps to try to work him over. Truex going for the lead on Newman. After just getting to 2nd the lap before passing Jimmy Johnson. Newman shuffled out of line. Big run by Casey Kane. Little contact on Newman. Enough to kind of hold him back. We'll drive by him to get to 4th. Just beat Jimmy Johnson to the inside into turn 3, but then I clipped the apron. Went right up the racetrack. Man. Well, just caused that. Yeah, I'm still too tight. I was dealing with that in practice. It's hard to make passes for me because I tend to drift up the racetrack, middle of the race corner. Both ends of the racetrack, really. I feel like I'm worse in turns 1 and 2 than what I am in 3 and 4, but I'm still tight on both ends. So we caused that caution. That means we're going to end up at the tail end of the lead lap here. So there goes the top 5 in the running order for us. I don't think many cars really picked up any damage from that, but this is our first caution of the night. And we'll try not to do that again. Didn't know I was friends with the Cookie Monster? Of course. Yeah, I actually gift him my cookies because I don't eat sweets, so I'm like, here you go, you can have them. I know you love them so much. And he's grown fond of me ever since. I'd say it's a healthy relationship between me and the Cookie Monster. First of all, it started when I was a fan of him because I went up to him once and I was like, hey, I used to watch you when I was a kid. And he was like, yeah, I get that a lot. And then he was yelling about about my cookies. I'm like, here, take them. I don't want them. And here we are. Oh. Man, I almost turned Casey Mears down. Next question is Big Bird going to be there too? Will we have a Big Bird signing? Signing. He might be signing some autographs too, who knows? This is going to be a long scratch and claw grind to get through the field. Back where we're at. I mean, I'm definitely faster than these guys back here, but this car is just not handling right for me to make the passes as efficiently as I want to. I just can't hook up down on the inside. I do think it'll be better in clean air. I just haven't had that yet today, and I blew my chance of trying to get it sooner in the race because of turning Dale Jarrett battling him for, what was that, 3rd place? 2nd place? Good thing he wasn't given the green flag. He might eat it. No, it's not cookie shaped. I think we're all right. Yeah, the flag's not endangered. It's solely cookies the man eats. Or the blue blob, I guess. It's not really a man. Sesame Street got something big going on this weekend or something that the Cookie Monster is going to be the Grand Marshal. Run into the back of Mark Martin. Somebody blowing an engine just up in front of us, too. Oh, Ricky Rudd. Ricky Rudd just blew a motor. So that's a free position. Up to 36. 21 laps into the race. Martin Truex Jr. leads. 1.5 mile tracks haven't been too great for us. This is our first trip to Kansas on this game. Yeah, final season for Ricky. At least we'll have another gameplay. Not going to be racing as Ricky Rudd. He did not win his driver poll. I did put the new ones up, which would be the second round for the Cup Series and then the first round for the Truck Series earlier today. So those are up on the channel. And we will announce the winners. Well, I guess I can't announce it tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Taking tomorrow off, but I'll still end up putting the new polls in there at some point. I'll try to wait it out a little bit more, like through the morning, and then maybe early afternoon sometime I'll put the new polls in. My last break at work or something. And if I forget, I'll try to remember when I get home tomorrow night. Ricky Rudd is not one of the chase drivers either. Getting tight again. I can almost kind of feel it start to slip up the racetrack before it actually does, and I try to get out of the gas as much as possible, and it's still not enough. I don't want to just jam on the brakes, because at that point somebody's going to run into the back of me. Especially with everybody being all clumped together like they are right now. Bush is blocking the heck out of me right now. Oh man, what happened up here? Everybody's stacking up. I don't know if this is a good spot. A B. Three wide of Kansas. And we are in the middle. The Wood Brothers sandwich. Oh, I'm getting tight again. Oh, man. Yeah, I've got to make some more adjustments. Probably try to make an air pressure adjustment when we get to pit road. Oh, why are they checking up like that? It's like twice in the last couple laps they've checked up in turns 3 and 4. Stuck on the outside. Losing a ton of positions. Now I'm 3 wide on the outside. I can't hold it up here. I'm just too tight. I had to lift. Might be able to get Dave Blaney on a crossover. I mean, this car's just getting worse and worse and worse. As the run carries on, we're 30 laps in right now. It just shoves more and more. Oh, contact. Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, that checked him up. Allowed us to make a pass on the outside of David Gillen, who is a chase driver who actually sits in the top 5 in points coming into the race today. So he's having a sluggish start to this one as well. The good news is we have a good points lead, so we will be the points leader leaving this race. The bad news is, though, is I'm not running very good right now. We got to get this car better than what it is, because this is going to be a grind. We're going to use up all 400 of these miles to try to get a good finish out of it. I'm just hoping that I can at least get a top 10. I'm making passes on guys this far back in the pack, even as bad as it's handling, but I know I could be better. Won the first 2 races of the chase. And with Talladega coming up tomorrow, I'd like to keep the momentum up high. Or next race, I should say, Wednesday. Be racing Talladega. Oh my gosh. That was just me getting tight again. I mean, it looked like the car took a right-handed turn into Matt Kenseth's front bumper. That is insane. Now they're checking up again. What is going on? I don't know. Oh my gosh, Jeff Green's in the air. They got on the brakes way late behind us. Did they almost wreck in front of us that caused that stack up? Because I swear the field kind of got split into 2 groups there. I mean, it felt like they stopped. There's no reason why I should have gotten into the back of Juan Pablo Montoya right off the exit of the corner like that, because I didn't even have a run on him. I didn't think he was pulling me. 2 cautions early in the race. Surprised everybody's going to stay out still. I'm kind of glad they are, because I can't take fuel or tires again. And I can't make my adjustments. Shahir Gaming, thanks for tuning in. Kansas 2023. It's a good race. Had a lot of good races. Kansas. I don't remember a bad race with the next gen car.
Nobody else decided to come in.
That's for sure. Mike G, thanks for tuning in. All right, well, try this again. Only Ricky Rudd's out of the race. Lap 39 restart. I'm contemplating short pitting. I can't put up with this tight race car anymore. Hope I do well in the race. Yeah, we're definitely struggling right now, that's for sure. I don't even think I cracked the top 30 before that happened. Since the initial incident with Dale Jarrett. That was the start of it, but knowing how tight this car is, that was probably going to happen eventually anyway. We might get any debris cautions from some of those guys. I noticed Casey Mears and Jeff Green kind of piled in behind us. I think Dave Blaney might have been one of them as well. Not into us specifically, but into each other. Checking up to try to miss the spinning 42 and 9. Jimmy Johnson back out in front. Yeah, the plan for me is to definitely short pit. I just got to decide exactly what lap I'm going to pit. I like to break away from this pack, get some clean air, make my adjustments, also free the car up a little bit. Hopefully with the fresh tires I can make up a little bit of time and kind of advance forward through the field more that way rather than trying to pass everybody. So I'm not having a very easy time in trying to do that. Free getting into turn 3 there. I'm going to back the corner up and try to get it to turn to the bottom of the racetrack and stay there. That's when I get a little loose. I need to be freed up enough that I can sail it off into the corner and hook the bottom. I don't have that right now. I think I'm going to pit this time. Right at a quarter tank of gas left. Probably only going to be able to go about another 15 laps, so we're pitting. Big slide. Trying to get my car to turn down into the pits. There we go. Probably could have went in a little bit harder than that. We're going to go 4 tires, full tank of gas. I'm going to put 2 pounds of air pressure into the car to try to help free it up a little more. Hope we have a great crowd for the Brickyard 400. Well, I will say don't expect too much. Is that the rear tire changer? But this is a slow stop. 20.4, I think, is what I ended up with. Let me pause it for a quick second. There we go.
You're clear. Step on it.
All right, well, the good news is we're the first car one lap down. If a caution were to come out, we get the free pass. The two yellows that have come out in this first fuel run of the race. Pretty much good there. We do have 4 sets of tires left the rest of the way. And I think with this being a 400-mile race, I can afford to short pit this one time, and I shouldn't have an issue. I am still tight. My gosh. The fact that it was doing that in clean air scares me. I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. Don't like this car. This little pit stop wasn't good. This is just not a good race for Kasey Kahne so far. Not good. Like I said, we'll be the points leader after this one, but I don't want to bleed too many points with Talladega coming up. Honestly, I think my hardest part of the chase is going to be this race through Martinsville. That 4-race stretch is probably going to be where I'm at my toughest. I don't know how I'll do at Homestead exactly yet, but I know Phoenix I won at earlier in the season. It's the only race we have left this year that I won at earlier in the year. Talladega is easy. Well, I finished 4th there earlier in the season with only like 2 laps led. Maybe it was like 2nd with 4 laps led. So, I don't know. One or the other. I don't think Talladega is going to be very easy for me. Did I win at Daytona? Yes. But that wasn't very easy either. And 500 miles instead of 400 like we had in the Pepsi 400. I think Talladega is going to race tough for me. Talladega is easy in the truck series in this game, but the Busch and the Cup, it's pretty difficult. It's hard to get a run, pull out a line, and make a pass. You have to have somebody in front of you at all times. Car is definitely better in clean air. I don't know how much the adjustments really helped, honestly, though, because I still feel a little tight. And I know if I get trapped behind somebody, which is eventually going to end up happening, especially when the field spaces out once they all pit. I don't feel I'm gaining a lot of time on them, even though I have fresher tires. Live commentary streams are great. Tune in every once in a while. I appreciate that. NASCAR Thunder 2003 has a glitch causing the game to be easy sometimes after years of playing. Found all sorts of mistakes, but it's still fun. Oh yeah, I mean, there's going to be some small glitches when you play a game enough that are minute enough especially with the good games, that overall doesn't really bother you. The only glitch I don't like with this game are the speed glitches that we get around green flag pit stops where the field's exponentially quicker than me. Sometimes it works in my favor where I'm way quicker than them, but sometimes it's right through me because they're going so much quicker. I'm talking 15, 20 miles an hour quicker in the corner. Like, I cannot block them. I almost have to just try to do what I can to stay out of their way. But they're going so much faster, it's hard sometimes, especially depending on the track. All right, so lap 57, we've got some cars coming onto pit road. It's a little bit earlier than I thought they were going to pit with the 2 cautions we've had, but almost half the field coming down, it looks like. Quite a few of them. We'll be back on the lead lap here shortly. As long as we cycle all the way through. Please cycle all the way through. Because if we don't, I don't think I'm going to be able to be in the free pass spot. We're going to get trapped a lap down. I feel like the shorter tracks we have a tendency to... Oh boy, they are stacking up. Please stay green. Stay green. One guy stayed out. JJ Yaley's still on the track, so we're a lap down. Please. Stay green. Oh, we're going to cycle ahead of almost all of them that just pitted. By David Reagan here. Big block. And there's a speed glitch. He just got right back to the outside. Actually, it wasn't that bad. He probably didn't have to lift because he was still getting up to speed. That might have been what it was there. Big block. I'm trying to keep him in the rear view. Passing's been hard for me today. How many more are we going to get leaving the pits here? Got by Jeff Gordon. Now we have a speed glitch because look at him just pull me. This is where I just hope and pray they don't run over me. JJ Yaley's in the pits. Short pitting definitely helped. I mean, we went from running around 40th to running in 12th. I will take that. The car's still really tight. I do have about 10 lap older tires. Well, I pitted lap 47, so it's probably 12, 13, 14 lap older tires than everybody else. And the car's tight. I'll just have to try to maintain as much as possible. If I can make passes along the way, awesome. But we're doing better for ourselves. It's a good strategy call. Right back to where I qualified, so that's good. I'm not in that kind of shape. I'm in good shape, but I'm not in like cardio shape like that. I'd say I don't do anywhere near enough cardio when I'm working out. Kenny Schrader in front of us. He must I mean, he cycled... Oh, no, it's Reed Sorensen. Never mind. Target car. It looked like the little Debbie machine. Jimmy Johnson is back to being the leader again. Oh, no, Schrader's in third, actually. He cycled from about where we were running to third. Somehow. Wish I could have done that. I was definitely gaining more time on the fresh tires than I thought I was. For us to cycle up to 12th. Got one pass on Dale Jarrett. He was also pretty far back in the field early. Oh, no, he was at the front. My bad. That's when we saw him last. So he actually cycled backwards a bit. All right, Reed, you're going to have to let me go, man. You're holding me up. Casey Kane is too fast to be sitting in line behind a guy who's never won a NASCAR Cup race in his life. He was a pretty good underrated Xfinity driver, though. He won a couple races there. Right there on him. Side drafting the heck out of me. Got him. Alright, up to 10th. Kind of sucks I was in front of David Reagan, and then with that speed glitch, he somehow was able to get a couple positions ahead of us. Good run on Tony Stewart. I'm getting good runs off the exit of the corner, but then my car just dies by the end of the straightaway. Being in that B-tiered equipment compared to some of these faster cars like Tony Stewart in front of us, it's where I'm lacking on these mile-and-a-half tracks. Why I haven't won many mile-and-a-half tracks on the season. Oh, I had no idea he was going to be there. At least we got him back pretty quick. Got our teammate Scott Riggs to try to pass now. Work out, eat less. Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to shed weight, all depends on what your goals are for, why you're, working out or whatever you are working out. Everybody's got their own goals. Like my goal, I'm trying to get to 225. And then from there, I'll start doing even more cardio. Probably going on an even more stricter diet to shed whatever fat I'd have from that point, because I know I'm probably going to end up carrying more than what I would have right now, just with bulking. So that's my plan. I've got a ways to go to get to 225, though, because I'm still just below 200, so it'll be a grind. I mean, that's probably going to be, like, by the winter, by the time I would get there, if I keep at it with where I'm at now. It's hard to put on weight in the summertime with where I work and as many hours I'm working. Like, I put in almost 60 hours the last 3 weeks, and it's just hot this time of the year. I work in a warehouse that has no air conditioning, so I just sweat a lot at work. So I'm burning so many calories. It's hard to put in as many as I need to try to gain weight. Rodrigo Sanchez, thanks for tuning in. AI not as aggressive in NASCAR 08. I will say it's a lot harder to make rivals in this game than what it was on the earlier EA games before this. Trapped in behind Ryan Newman. Getting really tight. Barely able to stay off of Tony Stewart. Made a pass for 6th. What's Kyle Petty doing in the top 5 for her? In the words of Sandy Cheeks, what in tarnation? Trying to squeeze underneath the Ryan Newman. I was close. Halfway out of gas. Here we go. He is not giving me a lot of room. Didn't need a lot, though. Oh, I almost turned Kyle Petty. Tony Stewart crammed it right into the back of him. Good save by Kyle Petty. We're up to 4th. JJ Yaley and Schrader right in front of us. I'd like to lead some laps before I pit. Haven't led yet today. Got underneath Ken Schrader. There we go. Up to 3rd. This is as high as we've been in the running order all day. I've got to run after JJ Yaley, but... Oh, Yaley, I'm there, man. I'm there. That was cool. You say the same thing when Petty takes the pole in the NR 2003. Yeah, NASCAR Thunder 2003, but yeah. Oh boy! Don't wreck, don't wreck, don't wreck, don't wreck! I didn't think we were going to be 3 wide there. I hope nobody's above me. Ah! Okay, we're good. We're good. Code Brown. Oh, now we got a caution. It wasn't for me, though. I don't know what it was. Tony Stewart. Debris. Yeah, he was the one that hit Kyle Petty after Petty was kind of sideways when I made contact with him earlier. Piece of his front bumper probably came off. Caution number 3. Well, that was wild. Everybody's staying out of the pits here. We're on a different fuel cycle, so we will have to pit before everybody else. Didn't feel like pitting there, though. Lap 82, green flag back in the air. I spun my tires on the restart, so that's not good. Caught back up to Kenny Schrader by the time we got into turn 3, though. Up to 2nd. Let's go. Schrader just popped the wall off turn 4. I think I'm under him. I think I'm under JJ. Drive it in deep. It actually stuck that time. It's a miracle. Let's go. To the lead for the first time tonight. After a wild sequence of events before the caution. That wasn't the cause of the yellow, though. Not that time. Not like the first 2. And there's our 5 bonus points. Lap 84 as we lead our first lap of the race. I don't know if we're going to have a great shot to lead the most laps because it took us so long to get to the front. Jimmy Johnson's led a ton already. Well, we still got a lot of racing left. I mean, we're like 50 laps shy of halfway yet. I didn't want to pit because I knew I had a great shot to get to the lead. Being in 3rd on that restart, we were able to get out in front in about a lap and a half. Maybe we'll catch another caution a little bit closer to the end of our fuel run, and then we can pit. I got way too tight again. Even in clean air. I'm going to make a wedge adjustment next time we come to pit road. I'm going to drop it a half around. really haven't picked up too much damage. I think I've only actually hit the wall once. That was after the contact with Montoya a while back. Then yeah, if they get a chance, not as much in 04. Yeah, my recollections of playing the games that we have played here on the channel before this, they were definitely a lot more aggressive. They weren't, it seems like each year to year they get less and less aggressive. When battling me, it's a lot easier to make allies, for instance, on this game than it was in the games before that. That I have a pretty good tendency to race clean majority of the time anyway. I know this race hasn't been very clean for me, but my car is very tight. It's hard to make passes without making contact because of that. Is Kyle Petty back up to third? Is that him back there behind Johnson? It is! What a race for Kyle Petty. I would say it's a career day, but he does have 8 career cup wins. So I wouldn't go that far. Best race in over a decade. Considering this is the 2007 season. He wouldn't have been this relevant on a mile-and-a-half track since the mid-90s. Although in 2007 he did have a top 5 in the Coke 600, but that was fuel mileage. Quarter tank of gas left for us. So we'll be pitting within the next 15 laps. There we go, getting tight again. That time I got against the wall. Jimmy, what are you checking up for, man? Get him back. There we go. I can't wait to make this next pit stop and take that wedge out of the car. I might actually just go a full round, and if it's too loose, then we could move it back a little bit on the stop after that. I'll tell you what, though, I went through so many adjustment changes in practice before this race, which is why the stream started like 15 minutes late. I couldn't find anything. And I'm still tight, 93 laps into the race now. After a pit stop, too. Well, gripped up that time really well. That was like the best corner I've had this whole race. On the area of the track I've been struggling the most in 1 and 2. That's why I need manual? What? Because I'm too tight? I don't think that has anything to do with it. I'm not shifting at Kansas. I'd like to think by pitting earlier, as long as the pit crew doesn't have a bad pit stop, we should be able to cycle up. See, that's another thing, too. When I short pitted, I did have a bad pit stop the last time, and we still cycled up to 12. Definitely getting close on fuel. Lap 97. Oh, Petty's caught the back of this 48 of Jimmy Johnson, too. Rough. Big movement up the racetrack. Jimmy not going to be able to really capitalize off of it. I'm surprised he hasn't had a bigger run down the back straightaway. Had a big off-throttle moment. I feel like I'm going to hit that wall off the exit of every corner. I have twice. How's the car? Super tight. It's not fun to drive, I can tell you that much. Pushing hard to the left on my controller to try to keep the car from going up the racetrack. My thumb's getting wore out already. We're only 100 laps in. My lap times are so slow at the end of the run, too. I'm over a second off of my fastest lap. That also doesn't help, is that we're getting to the end of the fuel run, so it just gets worse and worse and worse as the run goes. It's clearly still fast, because I'm able to maintain my track position at the front. It's nice not having anybody in front of me. Had I had somebody in front of me, this would be 10 times harder to keep it off the wall every corner, and I'd probably be bleeding positions if Jimmy Johnson got by me and stayed ahead of me. Both right side tires in the yellow on our tire wear indicator. A little too low in the apex that time. Hurt the car too badly. Fuel lights flash, and we're going to have to pit here within a few laps. Try to go a couple more. Lead a couple more laps, lest I lose the lead. I might as well just bring it down this time. Can't get to the bottom, though. Alright, maybe next time. Well, hang on a second. Got a great run on that high side off turn 4. Get him again. All right, there we go. I don't know how I pulled that off. Kyle Petty's going to get to second. He's going to follow us through. I'll stay on one more lap. We'll go one more and then we'll pit. Got one car on pit road already. Leaving the pits at least. All right, coming in. That was a lot better of a pit entry than what I had the last time. It's a little bit more aggressive there. All right, gonna take a full round of wedge out of the race car. Just trying to push that run out as far as I could just because we were at the front of the field. I'm trying to lead as many laps as I can, which hasn't been a lot. Let's go. Hey, take your time. Caution's out right after I hit the commitment line. That was perfect. I wonder if they're going to pit now. We might end up cycling back into the lead. I mean, that couldn't have been more perfect. We're on the lead lap still. Who was it? Mark Martin, it looks like. I couldn't tell if that was a piece of debris that came off of his race car. It looked like it. It's our fourth caution of the day. First half of today's race at Kansas. Fried pork chops and broccoli. That sounds good. Got some leftover pizza I'll be smashing during the Monday Night Raw sesh tonight. Oh, why did I pit? Oh, no. Stay out. I really hope they all stay out. Stay out. Okay, there's... No, they're all pitting. Why did I do that? Oh, we got somebody flipping under caution. Oh, my gosh. Who is that? Have you ever? I've never seen this in my life. I meant to not... Why did I choose to pit there? I'm just going to abort and see how many spots we get. That was so dumb on my behalf. Oops. I'm so stupid. We were going to be the leader. Abort. Can't believe I did that. If I had pizza for breakfast? Yeah, I mean, if it's there.
Those cars up in front didn't pit.
Yeah, I aborted, but I couldn't do it until after I was on pit road already, so I only got back up to 13th. I should be the leader. I can't believe I did that. Well, at least I get to see with the adjustments how the car is in traffic, but that's not the way I wanted to find out. Green flag back in the air. I literally had the most perfect timing caution possible to get to the lead. I was hoping that they were going to stay out again, but that didn't happen. We have 3 sets of tires left the rest of the way. We're not even halfway yet. Got 2 spots back on the restart. 3 wide behind us. Who flipped under caution? Downtown Chicago. Like, yeah. I so wish I knew who flipped under caution. Got a slow car on the racetrack. I think it was one of the cars that DNF'd early in the race and might have left pit road. Well, at least on the short run, it feels a little bit better. Johnson's found himself back in the lead. Just ran my fastest lap of the race, so I must have went the right way with an adjustment for the first time. 30.270. Dang it, man. I had a run on Kenny Schrader there. He's giving me room. He was very nice. He didn't have to do that. Oh, hang on. It's a contact with our teammate Scott Riggs now. They're 3 wide up here. I thought Tony was going to get squeezed into the wall in second. He did not. We're up to 8th. Oh, Kenny Schrader, hold on to it. Well, at least I'm not the only one battling tight conditions. Kurt Busch just blew a motor. I want to know who the guy is that's on track right now, logging in laps at a very slow pace. Now, we're going to end up catching at some point, and he's going to clog everything up. Another reason why I wish I was the leader and I was the first to get to him and not one of the next ones to get to him. Oh boy. That got tight right there. 3 wide. Under Montoya and Petty. Oh, wow. Well, it was a good second half of the corner. Cleared for 5th. I'll end up catching that car in a couple laps. Probably, we might even catch him next lap, honestly. We're up to 5th. See if we can get Ken Schrader. I didn't want to have to pass him on the outside. Oh, man, he's not giving me a lot of room. Jeez. Running me up the racetrack. Cross him over to the bottom. Oh, boy. I overdrove it a little bit. At least it was the back tires that were sliding, not the front tires. And he side drafted me down here. Nose on the points leader. And he's battling for a championship, too. Tony Stewart, Jimmy Johnson getting together. Kenseth's leading. Tony Raines is a slow car. Got to pick everybody behind him. Well, that held up Schrader and Johnson, so we're up to 3rd now. All right, let's go. Let's go. Stewart's under Kenseth side by side for the lead. Kenseth had just enough straightaway speed to hold on. Such a long ways to go. Hoping Tony gets... Oh, Kenseth blocking. Really hoping Tony can get underneath him there. Oh, boy. Hang on. We got a run on Stewart. I don't know if we're going to complete this pass up here. Oh, contact. I just hurt my corner entry. Oh, boy. I almost lost the spot there. I was not expecting to be as slow through the corner as I was. Got down to the bottom right before Kenny Schrader got there. All right, let's get him this time. Had a good run off turn 4. I'll drive it in deep again. Got it to stick. There we go. When I do that, I just got to make sure I get on the brakes a little bit more. Just farther into the corner. And that worked out actually rather well. I don't know if I want to make that my traditional line, but it was fast. Big block by Kenseth. I'll take the bottom, though. Right back to the lead. Now the car's not as tight. I mean, it's still a little tight, but it's not as bad as it was. Now that I have the clean air again. Can I hang on? Probably not. Where did Tony Stewart get that momentum from? My goodness. That shot out of a cannon. I didn't even get the lead there. Tony. Stop blocking me, dude. Oh! Is that Reed Sorensen again, too? Always Reed. Kenseth keep crossing each other over back and forth, too. Go, go, go. Gonna back up the entry a little bit more that time. It should give me more straightaway speed. Not enough. Catching up on Tony Raines again. This will be interesting. Kenseth got held up that time. Stewart to the lead. Casey Kane to second. Probably going to end up looking at pitting here very soon. Short pitting got me to the lead the last time I did it. Not talking about the caution. I'm talking about the one where we actually cycled through green flag stops. So I'm kind of hoping that that maybe happens again. Well, we might be able to get him here. Barely. Definitely crowded him. That's for sure. Couple laps away from halfway. Yeah, I'm going to take my 4-tire stop. I'll have a clean racetrack to do it now. Try to cycle out with a bigger lead because I don't know if I'll be able to really pull away from these guys. And that transition, that kind of got me the first time too. Probably could have went a little bit quicker getting into the pits. All right, so I'm topping off on fuel. That's all the further I could go. 4 tires. Not going to make any adjustments this time. That was a way better stop than we had earlier. We had 2 mistakes. First 2 stops. 17 seconds that time. Yo. Dang. Car sliding around in 3rd gear. Got 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way. Kenny Schrader is out in front at Kansas. Fresh tire advantage, though, for Casey Kane. Probably going to have to take the rest of these runs out to the end of the race. With only 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way, we're halfway home. Big run on the outside of Mark Martin. Fresh tires are doing their job. These guys are going way slow. I mean, this makes it easy for me. Tried to go to the outside this time. Ripping the boards. Oh boy. I didn't think I was going to get put 3 wide. These guys are going so slow in the middle of the corner. That was not a traditional racing line there. Sterling Marlin just took the lead for the first time tonight. Let's go, Sterling. Oh, Tony Raines is holding everybody up. No wonder. A combination of that and the fact I had fresh tires is the reasoning for all that going on. All right, well, still in 38th, obviously, but got out of that mess. Got a little bit of clean air on the nose again. Five races left until the playoffs. Think we're going to get a couple new winners. Excuse me. I think the only 2 tracks that I could see a new winner well, I mean, really, with the next gen, we could see it any given weekend. I don't think we'll see anybody too obscure win unless it's Daytona. Track position is going to be the name of the game at Indy, but of the guys who don't have a win yet that I could potentially see winning there, we know Hendrick Motorsports is pretty fast as a whole at Indy, so maybe an Alex Bowman. Bubba's had some pretty good runs at Pocono and Indianapolis on the oval in his career, so maybe him. But by too obscure, I mean like well outside the point standings to get a win at, those tracks. Or Richmond, Austin Dillon won Richmond last year. That's going to be interesting to see if he has similar speed again this season. He didn't get the playoffs spot last year because of the way he won the race on the final restart. But had there not been a late caution, he had that race in the bag. He had like a 3-second lead with a couple laps to go. So You know, that's one that I think RCR has circled. So maybe a Busch or an Austin Dillon can get it done at Richmond. I'm very curious to see how that race plays out for those two teams specifically, the 3 and the 8. Ethan Truitt, thanks for tuning in. Kyle Petty. Yeah, I just passed him. Still hanging on. Top 10. Fresher tires than everybody else from when we last pitted. Larson running Xfinity and Cup. Oh, I had no idea. Xfinity doing the same package they did last year in Indianapolis or no? I have no idea if they are or not. Slightly reduced horsepower package with low downforce. Two Haas cars dominated that race last year. I am a little bit curious to see. I mean, I don't think they're as good this year since the, I don't want to say demotion. I don't think that's necessarily the right word, but the regress from one year to the next with selling out, going back to Haas Automation rather than the SHR banner. But they've significantly got slower across both series with just the single car and Cup. And Jesus, Kenny? Is he blowing up or something? Why is he running so low on the racetrack? Haven't got a word for what package they're using yet. Yeah, I have to look into it. Very slow car, Tony Raines. So we've unlapped ourselves on the fresher tires. That's why we're in 38th place right now. Caution comes out. I will not do what I did last time and stay out and make sure we get to the lead. Sterling Marlin back out in front, by the way, back behind us. Had 4 cautions so far here today at Kansas. Still 120 laps to go. Again, we do have 2 sets of tires left the rest of the way, depending on how cautions might play out to the end. Full 50-minute session for Xfinity and Cup this weekend. Yeah, I wish they would just do that every weekend. A lot of the teams would probably be in the agreement of that. Fans would be in agreement of it. You know, cost-wise, they're only giving them an extra set of tires for that. I don't think an extra set of tires really take away from that. And a lot of time-wise, having 150-minute session instead of 225-minute sessions, you're not going to have the break in between, so you're going to wrap things up quicker than what you would have otherwise, too. So it's kind of helping for time constraints with the TV side of things. Alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race tonight. There's 17 likes on the stream. Thanks for everybody that has hit the like button so far. Be sure to do so if you haven't yet. And Schrader out in front. We have led for a little bit today. I don't think we're going to be anywhere near the ability to lead the most laps. I'm not taking us out of a contention for the win. We've definitely gone the right way on the most recent adjustment we made 2 pit stops ago. I didn't touch the car in the last stop. But I have been tight really ever since practice until now. Clean air, it's definitely by far the best I've been. Still in the front half of the tire life on this run too, so we'll see what we're going to be at 50 laps into the run. Yeah, we're easily going to be able to cycle to the lead. I think in the event of a caution coming out, we're going to do opposite of the leaders. If they end up pitting, we'll stay out, and vice versa. Give ourselves even fresher tires. Got 2 sets left the rest of the way. I would like to think from where we're at right now, we can make it on 2 more pit stops anyway. Larson definitely going to be the clear-cut favorite for that Xfinity race this weekend, I'm sure. No matter what package they do end up using for that race. It's 2 for 3 in the races he's won, and he dominated Homestead up until losing it on that overtime restart at the end. Why would I want to draft with him? He's so far off the pace. Losing time. Maybe at Talladega, if I find Tony Raines, I could draft with him there. Somebody else has dropped out of the race recently because we're up to 37, so I picked up a spot somewhere. There's a car on pit road. I don't know who it is. I haven't looked yet. Oh, I also don't know when exactly it happened. I just now noticed I was in 37. Brian Vickers. The newbie out of the race. Look at that top 3. Sterling Marlin, Reed Sorensen, Kenny Schrader. What a legendary top 3 in the 2007 season. Halfway out of gas now. We've had quite a bit of tire fall off in the race today as we have cars headed down pit road. So we about split that last run in half, so they're all hitting pit road right now. I still find it funny that we'll never know who it was that was flipping under caution earlier. That was definitely the wildest moment of the race. We were at 70 miles an hour at that time, if not less. Like Walter was able to stay out and lead a lap. I don't think he had led up to this point before that. He's another one of the chase drivers. Good for him. And just like that, Case Kane's in the lead as I expected with a short pitting. We're going to be able to gap the field a bit. And our lead is around 3 seconds. By the time they pitted and cycled through, we have a little less than half a fuel run left. So this is our greatest opportunity to lead as many laps as we can now. Next pit stop, gas only. No, I'm going to be taking 4. I've got 2 sets left. And we're not going to pit more than that many times, so hopefully tack on 4 tires. It's like somebody else just blew an engine on pit road, unless that's Tony Raines pitting. Wherever he was in the field. No here in a moment. Yeah, I think it's Tony Raines who made his way back into the pits. 100 laps to go this time by Kansas. We had about a 3.2 second lead, down to 2.6 to 2.7 with our older tires at this point. Save time on pit road. I don't want to do that. Not with the way the tires are wearing. No sense in trying that. Make up time on the back burner with the 4 tires like we did the last pit stop, and we'll be okay. I doubt this race is going to go green to the end. Over the entire second half of the race. We had 4 cautions in the first half. Just imagine we'll end up catching another yellow at some point. Taking 4 tires every stop? Yeah, more than likely. I don't see why not. I mean, we have 2 stops left the rest of the way. We have 2 sets of tires left. So might as well use them. Awkward entry into turn 1. I was very low in the racetrack, middle of the tri-oval, but didn't want to go all the way down to the apron and use the tires while I'm on my own. Tony Raines didn't really go wide to give me a lot of room to pass him. Catching up to Kyle Busch. Man, he's not having a good day. Kurt Busch blew an engine, so Busch brothers struggling at Kansas. I guess Kyle Busch didn't have a good race in this one in real life. Wasn't this the race where he wrecked out early and Dale Jr. ended up finishing the race out in the 5 car? Both caught up in the same incident? Or is that 2006? It's probably 2007. That would make the most sense, considering Junior was at Hendrick the next year. It's still weird to me to believe that this is going to be the last time on these classic EA games that we're going to see Dale Jr. in the 8 car. Here since Lab 170. Appreciate you tuning in, Mark. I'm riding this middle to upper groove, keeping my mid-corner speed up, but it's not pushing tight. Speeds are obviously still up. They haven't gotten to within 2.5 seconds of me yet. with this strategy, really hoping we can maybe get closer to trying to lead the most laps in the race. Eighth of a tank of fuel left this point in the run. Lap 180. 88 to go. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Why would you change your line? My God. I was coming up on him quicker than I thought I was going to. And then I was like, okay, I'm just going to let the car drift to the outside. Then he moves up, like right in front of me. I didn't hit him, thankfully. But I ended up hitting the wall. It was a Kevin LePage-like move. Yeah, let me just drift up like nobody's there. At least it wasn't the whole field. All right, well, 83 to go. Fuel light's just now flashing. I'd like to get down to 80 laps left before I pit again. Stretch this out as much as I can. Why would I do that? Sleep outside in the tent when it gets colder. You crazy? Nah, I like the heat and warmth of my house in the winter. Thank you very much. I'm trying to make this... I should probably pit this time by just to be safe. Not risk running out of gas. We're at 81 to go. I'd like to go another lap, but like I said, I don't want to risk running out. Got a good race going for ourselves right now. I don't know why you would want me to wait for it to get cooler first, but I don't... There's no need for me to... I'd rather sleep in my bed. I used to do that when I was younger. I'd sleep outside in the tent through the summer, but yeah, not anymore. Give me my own mattress, my own bed. 10 times out of 10.
Tires all the way around. Watch your rear view, buddy.
Back onto the racing surface. Be a lap down for a brief moment. See if we can unlap ourselves like we did the last time. I'd like to think we should be able to. Get up to speed. We'll have 79 laps to go at Kansas. We're going to have to pit one more time, and everybody else, I'm hoping, has to pit twice yet. They pitted at lap 57 earlier in the race. They pitted at lap 57, and that was with 2 cautions in that first run. So I'm hoping for fuel, the AI can only go around 50 laps. You know, maybe a couple more than that. And we end up winning this race on pit strategy. That was the plan. If it doesn't work out that way, that's going to suck. I still didn't think that this race was going to go green anyway, so that's why I short pitted when I did.
Getting a little more cushion than usual from him. Outside, outside, got one outside. Clear, clear.
I went way to the apron to get by Tony Grains. I didn't have to that time, but after the way he kind of ran me the last 2 times, especially the most recent one before that, yeah, I'm not going to take any gamble there. I don't want to lose any more time. But I've already lost. We're up on lap 200. And a few more laps. Right, Kyle Busch is a lap down. We're not even in the free pass position at the moment. About to be once we get by him, although I don't know if Sterling Marlin's about to lap anybody else or not either. I don't think I'm going to be able to unlap myself this time like I did before the last pit stop. There's only a couple cars on the lead lap that are actually ahead of us. Pulled away quite a bit from all the cars that we cycle barely in front of those that are on track currently. Yeah, Sterling Marlin leading the race. He's led for quite a bit in the second half of this one, too. Even through the last set of green flag pit stops, still stayed up there towards the front. Really thought I was closing in on Kyle Busch. Seemed pretty stagnant behind him now. Hoping the rest of these cars end up hitting pit road sometime soon. Looking at the leaderboard, just making sure it was him. Yeah, I can see why your eyes would be deceiving you, or you would think that way. Because this isn't Chip Ganassi Racing Sterling Marlin 2002, 2007 MB2 Motorsports Sterling Marlin. Dale Jr. in second. The Matt Kenseth is the highest running chase driver in third. It's the only chase driver currently in the top 5. And then you'd have to go back to... Man, is he the only one in the top 10? He is. Wow, Kenseth's the only chaser in the top 10. Again, he's in third. And the next highest in the running order after that, you got to go down to Tony Stewart in 17th. Still one more pit stop left, so I mean, maybe 2 for the rest of the field. Maybe there's a chance some of them can catch back up a little bit. Really might like to make this pass on Kyle Busch. I don't know that he's in the free pass spot, though. Have to wait and see. First, got to focus on making the pass on him first. Should be able to get him in turns 1 and 2. Overdrove it right into him. 8 wheels turn better than 4. I'm an outdoors person when it comes to like playing golf, but that's about it. I mean, yeah, I like going to sporting events if they happen to be outside, okay. So be it. Same thing with like concerts too. I've only ever been to one outdoor concert before though. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I'm not outdoorsy in the sense that like I'll eat outside or anything like that, because then I hate like bugs and stuff flying around my food while I'm trying to eat. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not one to spend a lot of time outside unless it's doing something, which is one of the few things that I like to do that just so happen to take place outside. If that makes any sense. Yeah, mosquitoes are tough. I agree with you there. Definitely got to load up on the bug spray, and even then, sometimes it's not enough. So it's a little nerve-wracking that they have not hit pit road yet. Considering that I'm a lap down, they're at lap 213 right now, which is 55 laps to go. If I'm doing my math right. Too out to golf lately. I just played on Friday. I probably should have went out today. I didn't realize it was as cool as it was. I didn't manage my time well in the morning hours that I could have. I slept in quite a bit. I've been sleeping in on Mondays a lot lately because that's the only day I've had off of work the last few weeks. I've had off this Monday and then the 2 Mondays before that. I've been just on the grind at work, working a bunch of hours. Putting as much money back as I can before the move. I'm not someone that necessarily tries to tax as much overtime. Keep myself more mentally stimulated as possible, but just trying to be prepared for this as much as possible. Alright, so now we've got cars pitting, which is right at the edge of their window. I mean, they're at 52 to go. I think some of them are definitely going to make it, though. I don't know if they're all going to make it. But at least some of them will. So we're going to have to hope that we catch a caution at some point before the end of the race, which again we should, just based off the merit of having 4 cautions in the first half of the race today. First just over 110 laps, we had 4 yellows, but haven't had one since. We've gone green for about 100 laps consecutively. We're just at halfway out of gas. Be able to take it down to just below 25 laps left in the race before we have to pit again. We have 1 set of tires left. There's Sterling Marlin, so we just cycle out in front of him. I haven't had that issue of bugs getting in my ears or anything like that. I've heard of stories, though, of that happening, like with moths and stuff. That'd be terrible. Well, when catching us on those pressure tires, might have a little bit of a speed glitch going on. Big block. Trying to do whatever I can to keep him behind us. Dang. Couldn't hold him back long enough. Battle might not be completely over yet between these two. Finally goes wide. This Kane getting blocked off. I mean, not Mark Martin. Sterling Marlin has to be in the best position, I would think, to win this race. Considering where our fuel spot is. And he's quite a ways out ahead of second. Or third, I guess, technically. We're in second. Big dive on entry into turns 1 and 2. Kane underneath of Marlin. Kane gets side drafted on that right rear corner panel just a bit. Sterling's holding us so tight. But we are clear. And Casey Kane leads at Kansas. With this time by having 45 laps to go. I'd have drove it in a little too deep into turn 1. Give up a lot of bottom. Marlin right back to the inside again. He should have us. He's clear. Get him again. A great battle going on right now. Look at that. Tony Raines in the 96 might get in the way. That was tight. Got by him on the back straightaway. Marlin gets him in 3 and 4. We are on a slight tire disadvantage, so I'm definitely not going to be pulling away from this 14 car anytime soon. Marlin overall just has a quick race car. I would like to lead as many laps as I can so I can try to get the most laps led before we have to pit again. Try to salvage as much as I can out of the day. Because we are not on the correct side of strategy, in my opinion, to get a good finish. I think they're going to be good on fuel to the end. And probably a vast majority, if not all of them, would be in pretty good shape. The sooner a caution comes, the better for us, because that gives us more time to drive through the field on fresh tires. We do have a set left. Might get some split strategy, might have some cars pitting and some staying out. Plus, I mean, there's a danger with having to pit again that we go a lap down. Going splash and go. Hopefully I could stay on the lead lap. Actually pulled away from Marlin just a little bit. So 34 cars on the lead lap. Johnson in 35th. Johnson and Kyle Busch, man, HMS. What happened to them today? They don't have a single car in the top 10. Actually, Casey Mears might be up there. I think he was one of the obscure drivers that were up in the top 10 earlier. I don't know if he cycled there after the green flag pit stops or not. By Mark Martin put him a lap down. Yeah, Casey Mears is in 7th, so never mind. The good news is if I was to have a not-so-good finish, there's a lot of other drivers in the chase that are also not having a good day. We're guaranteed to have the points lead no matter what when we leave this, but when we go to Talladega in 2 days for the next stream, we're going to have to be on our best. Don't want to continuously bleed too many points. Jeff Gordon's 27th. Yeah, Hendrick Motorsports having a rough one today. They got one car in the top 25. And it's Casey Mears of all 4 of them. All right, David Sturman, you got to move, dude. You're holding me up. I get he's racing me this hard so he can stay on the lead lap in the event of a caution, but it's getting a little too ridiculous. There we go. Little slide job. Got by him. Luckily, I cleared him before I started to wash up. If I still had the tighter race car from earlier, that definitely would have happened. Nor would I have been able to actually pin the car that deep to the bottom of the track either. McMurray DNF. Yeah, he's been out for a while. Sailing it off into turn 1. And just staying out as long as we can and hoping we catch that caution. Catch a caution and try to get as many spots as I can on the restart. Get by as many of these lap cars as possible too, because that just traps more and more of them a lap down. That's less cars we'd have to pass on the restart if we caught a caution. Joe Nemechek is the last car in the lead lap right in front of us in this 13 car. We can get by Joe Nemechek. That would put just 2 cars on the lead lap the rest of the race. Or, sorry, not 2. 32. He's missing the 3 in there. And we would line up in front of whoever would get the free pass. And almost a 2-second lead. I'm surprised I pulled away from Marlin, but it's probably because he knows he's not racing me. And because they're kind of close on fuel, they're probably going to be saving as much as they can to make sure they can make it. We definitely know that we're going to have to pit. So we're in a situation where we're just trying to push hard and hope for a caution. We're not going to be able to stay out a whole lot longer. I mentioned earlier we could go to a little less than 25 laps to go. We're at 32 to go right now, so we're definitely going to have to pit in about the next 10 laps. Squeezing underneath this 13 to Joe Nemechek. Sliding around him. Skirting our way into turns 1 and 2. I might put a half around a wedge into the car with going fuel only if we end up having to pit under green with the splash and go. Since we're going to be on really old tires, because I can feel the car getting looser and looser as this run carries on. Down to 30 to go. Once that fuel light starts to flash, we'll be able to go a few more laps after that, but that would be about it. 28 laps to go at the line. I mean, it's shocking to me that we could go over 150 laps straight to the end of the race after having 4 cautions in the first half of it. I mean, that just goes to show when you're not guaranteed any cautions because there's no stages. It is hard to predict. I mean, you can only assume that because we had that many cautions early that we'll end up catching more, but it's not a guarantee. In the event of today, we just haven't seen one, and being on strategy ended up not working out for us. It worked at Dover in the first race there earlier this season, but worked at Pocono, did not work here. The reason why I'm going splash and go is to try to stay on the lead lap, so if a caution comes out again, then we would still be able to catch the 4 fresh tires. We're going to wait to pit as long as possible. Lead a few more laps. Hope that we can end up leading the most laps so we can salvage something out of the day. This car is definitely getting more and more free. That's for sure. I don't know how many positions I'll be able to salvage going. Probably going to need a half a tank of gas. Definitely going to have to push hard coming into the pits. Really trying to stretch this run out. Staying out this time too. Come on, where's the caution? At 24 to go. I'm going to stay out one more lap. I might as well pit this time just to be safe. Well, yeah, now I really better pit. All right. Bring it on in. No tires. Have a tank of gas. I'm going to put a half around a wedge into the car and try to tighten it up a little. Dang it, man. I don't think that killed much time for us because I was right in the middle of 3 and 4 when the car ran out of gas. I'm really hoping we stay on the lead lap. It's going to be close. All right, go, 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 go. You got to hurry. All right. Oh, I got sideways. Oh my gosh! Right as those guys are coming. That was a big moment. Trying to leave the pits. I was on old tires down on the apron, and they did not want to grip up like when I had freshes. All right. Well, we're still on the lead lap. So we can still hold out for a caution. The problem is we only have 20 to go, 21 for Marlin. So 21 laps to go right now. Try to make as many passes as we can. We've got 3 cars right in front of us all for position. But then there's going to be a big gap after that. We actually lose a couple spots by pitting. So it would depend on how many laps we have left for the caution coming out as to whether I'll end up actually hitting pit road or not. I don't think a half can would have gotten us to the end. Half tank should be able to get us, though. Probably would have only saved me like 3 positions that we might end up getting anyway, so. It's the hope. Definitely going to be the longest I'll have to push on this set of tires, though. As they start to fade and everybody else pitted for tires more recently, is there a chance that I end up actually going a lap down? I think I'm the last car on the lead lap for where Sterling Marlin is. I think he's caught past whoever was in 32nd. There is still a chance that everybody else is short on fuel to the end of the race. Or other cars, and we might be able to pick off more spots. Won the first 2 races of the chase. Top 10 is going to be tough. I knew it was going to be tough the way the race started, but man, I wish that we had a little bit more for these guys. Got to hang on to it. It's going to be hard to get the momentum upwards. Try to pass these 3 cars. One of them is a chase driver of Bobby Labonte. And Jeff Burton and Denny Hamlin are the others. Yeah, I took a half tank. This group of cars catching Tony Raines. Everybody's slowing up. Up the middle. Well, I got one spot. It was on Bobby Labonte, the chaser. If there was one of those cars that I would have wanted to pass the most, it would have been the 43. It's 3 points every position with as far back in the field as we are right now. So got 6 more points kind of hanging on in front of us. Wiggled there. Yeah, the car is going to be wiggling quite a bit. I'm getting very free because of how old these tires are. It's more than a full fuel run we've gone on them. Just trying to keep myself on the lead lap. This is fast if you can hang on to it. I'd put a half around a wedge in. Had I not done that, I'd be even looser. I tried to adjust for it as much as I could. Oh boy. Big slide there. Got a run on Jeff Burt. I think Hamlin kind of held him up when he slid up in front of him out of turn 4. Trying to mash the gas in the middle of the corner, and it's not wanting to turn. Oh, man. It's turning too much. Catching up to another car up here, too. Look at this. Oh, don't block me like that, Denny. Jeff Burton beating on my back bumper like this might give me a little arrow loose, too. Trying to get underneath Hamlin. Hang on to it. Don't overcorrect it, especially when I'm side by side. That's the big thing here. It's easy to do. Another spot. Is that Dale Jarrett in front of us? That's another chase driver, if so. Yeah, Denny's definitely giving me a little arrow loose. That doesn't help. Still keep a decent pace on Sterling Marlin. Oh, I overcorrected on entry. And then I tried to turn to get it off the wall. Oh. Sorry, everybody. Well, I stayed smooth that time. Nowhere to go. Boxed in. These guys are going to be light on fuel to the end of the race. A handful. Eight to go. Pass for 28, got by Dale Jarrett again. I passed Hamlin once, and then I slid too far sideways. Whoa, don't wreck him, don't wreck him. That apron bit me. Still got him. All right, there we go. It'll be 27. Now, the top 26 would like to run out of gas. That'd be perfectly fine by me. Get by Tony Raines there. Marlin's got 5 laps to go at the line. Just under 27 seconds off the lead. Dirt tracking it off of turn 2. Skating. Well, this would definitely be Sterling Marlin's first win of the season if he can hold on. And he would also be the 12th different winner on our NASCAR 08 Cup Series season as well. What a night for Sterling Marlin. Coming up on 3 laps to go this time. I'm all on my own here, so it's not as stressful as what it was when I was battling cars, trying to also keep my car from spinning out. It's good enough for 27th. Two to go. White flag for Marlin, final lap. Looks like the field's going to be good on fuel to the end, which I figured was likely going to be the case from when they started pitting with 52 to go. Bad side of strategy today for Casey Kane. We're going to end up with a 27th place finish. Unless somebody drops a motor on the final lap in front of us. Get one more spot out of it. Sterling Marlin going to get the win at Kansas Speedway for NB2 Motorsports. But the might kiss the wall just a bit. Just slightly grazed it. A little bit more steady through 3 and 4 there. Checkered flag waving. Casey Kane brings it home 27. Well, we're going to lose some points today, but we'll still be the points leader in Bodega with 7 races to go. 5.8 second margin of victory for Marlin. 2 hours, 37 minutes, 38 seconds total time on the race. 4 cautions, and we went green for over the final 150 laps of today's event. 53 lead changes, 152.42 mile per hour average race speed. 66 laps led for Marlin today. Dale Jr. led 1 lap, finishes second. Highest finishing chase driver was Matt Kenseth, who led 8 laps, finishing third. Mike Wallace in fourth. Great top 5 run for him. And our teammate Elliott Sadler ends up fifth with no laps led. Casey Mears in sixth. Highest finishing Hendrick driver. Then David Reagan seventh. Juan Pablo Montoya eighth. Kyle Petty ninth, hung on for a top 10. And then Kevin Harvick rounds out the top 10. Second highest chase driver was Michael Waltrip in 11th. Yeah, not a great day for the Chasers on top of me. We were last finishing to the Evernham Dodges because Scott Riggs finished 18th in front of us. Also, no laps led for him. On our pit strategy, we led 68 laps. That was the most laps led, so we do get 10 bonus points. And because of that pit strategy, we actually did lead the most laps by only 2 laps over Marlin. So it wasn't by much, but we did get the most laps led. Oh, I'll take that. Salvages a decent day. It's hard to believe only 68 laps was enough to have the most, but I guess when you have 53 lead changes in a Kansas Cup race, it wasn't going to take many laps led to get the most. Yeah, definitely a tough race. Hope for a better go of it at Talladega. That will be in 2 nights. 500 miles for the UAW Ford 500. We've got 4 500-mile races in the next 5. And those will be the final 4 500-mile races of the season. With 7 races to go. Got a 152-point lead over Tony Stewart, who also finished, 17th today? So he only beat me by 10 positions. 152 back. David Gillen, 3rd in points, minus 210. Unbelievable. Kenny Schrader, 4th in the standings. Kenseth, after finishing 3rd. He had a DNF in the first race of the chase, so that's why he's as far back in points as he is. But obviously, top 3 run. Only chaser to finish in the top 10. He gains a lot. And he is up to 6th in points. Teammate Elliott Sadler's up to 13th after finishing in the top 5. Bobby Labonte, the last of the chasers. All right, well, yep, 7 races to go. On to Talladega tomorrow. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so yet on this stream. Subscribe for more NASCAR content. I'll be up tomorrow. Tomorrow's my grandpa's birthday, so going to be at his place when I get off of work tomorrow. So no stream for tomorrow night, and I will be back at it again on Wednesday for the full UAW Ford 500 at Talladega. 6 p.m. Eastern start there. Have a good rest of your Tuesday, everybody, and be sure to submit your votes in the community tab polls for who you want me to race as in both the truck and the cup series. I have those polls up. Second round for the cup, first round for the trucks. And then I will have the final round for the trucks uploaded sometime tomorrow afternoon. And then the first, probably skip actually the final round of the trucks. I got to get the first round of the Busch series going yet. So I'll do first round Busch series polls tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that on the channel. And then those polls will end when we get back to streaming Wednesday night. And then I'll probably have the finals up and ready to go for Cup, Truck, and we'll finish out the Busch Series the day after that. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, be sure to vote on that. Have a good rest of your Monday, everyone, and see you guys when